so sourcing and someone DC for kind of position. We are a for fourth estate for so ayomodie. Mebo almost reports no and so the account na hwade. Enti me any kind hwe ye put it together about DC for so sourcing about move position no. Okay. Na nkrofo be bisa say na the so source no etiamra na the etiamra bra na ndisi fo e wa kufa wo so na etiamra bosom me enko tie video ni mra enko tie mra
ma kese e wo Ghana emra se sa ban e fa wo bi adwuma se wo medi sa adwuma ne ma o man a aban ma obi contract ho a yemamu na obi biara owo nimdie na our capacity so betting we should give that person the opportunity to compete. TFA be competitive tendering. Ma ho kwan no be am pray adwuma ni bi. De obetumi aye adwuma ni yie a o man no benya so mfaso abra o man no bebo kakakra bi ne de ama no. But o hwe de ekoso wo bawomia ene o mampenya kufu ado amamwo yi mu a ye wo contrast akese bebre a aban de ma bawomia nuanom a yamma ho kwan se obi amepribi yesi peg aso ye disika toto so a o mine hwe sika titiri dia you weep for Ghana as we move along. And then so sourcing is the norm. 87% of cocoa root projects are buying with Yama contracts in or man competitive tender dia. So how can you believe these people? E BMD sa adansi nyina kyerɛ say ebinom free say katacheche ne proye na ekoso na yo mampenya kufu ado ene ne oferi penyi fie abusua ketewa no nko na ebo ye kro no babusuafo ene ye ka mama ti asese bawumia wasua adwuma ne yie kra che ne master and bawumia is 10 times more corrupt than akufu ado. People don't know feni yefiti ase we has overpriced sole source road contracts
enti the year promising in a manifesto, they said the Reset Ghana manifesto, they said, yebe amending the Public Procurement Act. Say single source yebe chaso because it's been abused.
Sammy, you're on record.
Oh yes. Yebe chaso. The only window will be emergencies. That's all. All the other limitations, no, we are going to end it. It's here because the abuse we can't take it any longer.
Look, what is so special about a 120-meter asphalt runway? What is so special about what government itself describes as minimal renovation of a building? And if Andy can put the pictures of the Sunyani airport on the screen for people to see the works they claim to have done, that you would want to do this contract through so sourcing. Why?
Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. And just this morning I was reviewing some of the procurement reports. And there was this procurement for poultry farmers, 10,000 units of something. And it was single source. The reason for single source was urgency. And one company was giving the contract to supply 10,000 units of whatever it was. The supplier and the person who assembles it was not allowed to bid. And so the company that won it went to the supplier, bought the items for 4,500 and came and sold them for 6,600 to government and walked away with 21 million cedis on that supply. I mean, how can you do this? I mean, it was our own company we're running. How would we do a thing like this? But that is government bleeding. Everybody cutting their pound of flesh. That must stop.
Okay, so where His Excellency the President said your can describe it or no? Yeah, where transfer of knowledge. Yes, we are about a number into your Mahama and Crawford at go minus so cutting a pound of flesh at the echo. Very sad. Eric Pacho, you know almost the same videos, but fourth estate for. And so a year or more report at the more year or more report. And today me person me bought almost so report no editor said the almost so AC a capture no same power suite on how your model to no say power suite so sourcing the West Den and versus now. I would say power suite, sole sourcing, they are worse then versus now. Eric, may I ball for first state for and so in the name Hadi, Yanko Boni Hadi.
The NDC was in opposition. They campaigned against the abuse of sole sourcing. Here was Sammy Gyamfi holding the MPP accountable to their promise.
On the 8th of September 2016, now about 6:20 p.m., or say overpricing of contracts through the use of sole sourcing is very typical of this John Mahama NDC government. 23rd August 2016 on Twitter, or say the era of sole sourcing will come to an end. Sole sourcing, ye chem, because sole sourcing, chrono. Or say we promise to move away from a predominance of sole sourcing to tendering in procurement, and we have delivered. MPP bar omunyebi, wama appointees warning, mamunko yebi. Ono also say abine di niboshe so sourcing there omejai. New angle bi aba MPP for the bomb by no chrono ye pa. Ade a your friend sole source. Cocoa Road Projects company nkwenye ba ko mienu. What can a 83 million cedis, Titisicano 830 billion. And Bawumia Asanso Diama on one in your company. And also sole sourcing. Because if 87%, that is 175 contracts out of 266 did not go through any competitive, transparent process, then it means that these guys have shortchanged us. They lied their way into power.
And Okudzeto Ablakwa promise cancelling sole sourcing.
The year promising in our manifesto, the Reset Ghana manifesto, Yeba amended the Public Procurement Act. Say single source Yeba chaso because it's been abused.
Sammy, you're on record.
Oh yes.
You're true.
Yeba chaso.
The NDC had more to say about sole sourcing.
Or say we will abort rampant sole sourcing, Bawumia. Was it sole sourcing? Ye chem. The exception and not the norm, because sole sourcing they are more minor eboka. So when you want some any edible for when you want some edible bem.
And when the NDC won political power, they affirmed their vow.
Mr. Speaker, will minimize sole source procurement to encourage competition, competitive bidding, and enhance public transparency in the procurement processes.
Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. But that is government bleeding. Everybody cutting their pound of flesh. That must stop.
Mr. Speaker, we are bringing legislation to this House to tighten our procurement processes by banning sole source contracts, except in exceptional circumstances.
And let it be known, the era of the sole source contract is dead. The value for money office bill is our sword against waste.
While the government kept assuring Ghanaians, the fourth estate started digging. We sent an RTI request to the Ministry of Roads and Highways on the government's Big Push initiative. And guess what? They responded. The data they gave us indicate that 107 contracts has been signed by this government under the flagship Big Push initiative. Out of these 107 contracts, 81 worth over 73 billion were awarded through sole sourcing. The remaining 26 were given out on selective tendering. This means none of these contracts were awarded on competitive tendering basis.
And indeed, Mr. Speaker, there's spurious information online that 76%
Honorable
of Big
Minister, just go ahead with your
projects
statement.
were sole source is also false. Only about 44% of those projects were procured through sole sourcing. And I state on record, Mr. Speaker, we are making progress as a house and as a country to make sure that much of our procurement is done competitively. But that is why I'm saying that those who claim to have done this so-called analysis based on data we submitted to them freely, didn't help the country, because if they did due diligence, they would have known that those percentages they put outside were pure fabrications and false.
The minister is accusing the fourth estate of fabricating data. That's ridiculous and utter falsehood. The fourth estate has relied solely on data that his own ministry presented to us, which he is denying on the floor of Parliament. It is worth stressing that the fourth estate requested data specifically on the Big Push initiative from January 2025 to February 2026. The data we have presented to the public is the data that the Ministry of Roads and Highways delivered to us. Today, the minister says over 400 contracts have been awarded through competitive bidding. Does that mean this data was outside the request we made to the ministry? The fourth estate will continue to present facts on these road contracts.
All right, so Eric made us wait me a year free. So we fourth estate for a report. Omo ye no. Ma share the intentionally na mabo full reports no. E dia ma go na se bre. We hu near echo so yen e compile ye there. Fourth estate for so ayo mo there. Ma mi ndi movies on the two issue na fe yenko.
Say about the boat techi. Ya be boba. Na adu ya kam na yesa. Me won papa kurase na unu se kurase de obi babo ase na ohia bibia no amane no. Se ya twade bre me. Si boy ba kon o babo ase na se won to battery mre ja. Edu anyumra me de egu torchlight me de akokko akuchinchin. Battery me mi se to no sa bre be bia be 5 cedis no ba se 10 cedis so matu. Eno de ba na lock o ba battery no ma nyusu ne gu ho. Ti ba 2 weeks no ba busam se me ni battery bia wo no pe. Na so obi wo ho. No ko fa bre no se se ananya wa na akotoye. Chances afena kwa o hwemanim o hu de wonka musu na goto ba o se 10 cities enti 10 cities bra afi wodi me 10 cities ma me no je aboka fourth estate na mo opposition wo mo yade bia de na ma so mo bose ye wo ma yade enne wo kwa me agoja gina parliament say fabrication o di atro o di atro ten da mo ye ne Ghana mo fa nkire ye na ye hunu se da wei ena mo ye wei enipa mo no mo ye yeni se ne kosi ye motimi di bibia ba se de se de da na okan se chempekura na fe de multi ministries any agencies ena mo ye ena de 10% bio mo so de chempe be je contract no o ji contract na ho ka be ye sei emfa so ba so se ni a chempe ene de mo ni ti abamu a mo di wia Ghana fo sika no eno no na nyame de na na do kan o si nipa be ye o sei wodi ekuta ogidie mu na do be ye bia no enkosi aga ene mo ada pa na enyi mfie mienu ada adi no
kwaku so se no eyemra e wo manga na mu e wo procurement mu se ubetimi ayusu so se e de afa contract ana contractors wonye adi bi ma na wonye ma bia yedimi qualifies to be so source
mami chechim kakra see offer public procurement act now 663 na amended in 2016 by 914 now part 4 no and it can about methods are ye to about the tonema and one methods and be say ye war competitive tendering ye were restricted and ye war so sourcing any work quotations
to them quotes
and you know offer so sourcing no you was single sourcing you so sourcing there are difference kakra bi wo
yes
enti bibi to say so sourcing adia obi antimi nye open na bitimi aye ts ye ko two drones e dey abechi ndra e zipline pe ni bitimi aye enti no coach o ko pe bia a wunya so you give it to zipline any e was single sourcing say obi betimi aye na mo due to some circumstances nti ye pese ye de ma okay ye ko tonsu da se bro tun ko am just to wait to be but due to some issues nti ye de ma god na sare bi di akon sa issues no e na amra na kire se ye niema be ye e9 ba kon se ensu a ye tun god nko an e ton nti ye to e wo nko an hu hia se ibe bie tender because bie tender obi e mefa enka ne ho nti ebe waste time ni process nti ese ye de mo nko an 2 any set COVID-19 buy na ye hia PPs e de ama nurse for ye adwuma abai ka se obi tender na nkrofo abede ni ese ya nipa be hu nti ne ye emergency na no so yetimi yusu sa process no so ne de akwakoto ne to so ne say ye bie tender na wi no na nkrofo abedi awi no na ebi omo abedi ye nyina no entimi amiti criteria no omo hohwe no ntia no so mutimi hwemu a na ya select na ebi a ye hi baako na yedne ko enti we ni prayi no ena ye yetimi die but be ya no masheda akobezi on emergency and Sammy Gyamfi catch Ghana for say akwanya ewo Ghana asay enti no NDC baye no na akwanya na say microphone complaint abeye emergency enti eso ma contract ni nyina so na de emergency
contract over 100
awunya kase ya pa wabodam
oh yes
unya kase ya pa
because Addo bridge mui
dabi because see go on nyansa bi se nyansa wo mu dia anka ne se mra ne hu hia
dabi
because World Bank 96 expenditure kadodo and a friends a country procurement assessment reporter and san ye benya samre enti no it doesn't look na Sammy Gyamfi into your senior office one okọ innovate one na agency o ho ye ne wen computer na o ma standogbe ni nua no koto e no pacho na eno ye ne wo hia
ye ni mo na cars so
prado na so makwa koto ho no ba na be hwe and abedie no koto e ka be hwe no so be hwe na so so I just say enti no it doesn't make sense Obaya Public Procurement Act no ho. Well, no act no, even though you are amended in 2016 no. Yeah, professionals that's who said there is a lacuna again in the act because act no a silent on disposal. Who say abuy near no any store management. What to abuy to near money we are or the cost stores. Na stores no e the near no aba. But memrani is silent on how to manage a Yemano was store. And say do say be a buy or computers. Na do baby na computer na obsolete. Na see disposing offer. Quite say fast to disposing offer no so also and man also you can cry ho. It say a say amendment beam. It instead of say a buy ne be amending mrani beam na was strengthen mrano or say or beti another separate officer of any value for money.
But
the key of the public procurement authority, no, value for money. So why do you want to establish another office? Value for money office. And then now when you Sammy Gyamfi, when you come Abuja, when you Mahama, no more defend the source now. Go on. Let us say,
say, acquire what Ghana in Nano. Say, Echina, Yanya Sakwan, no one. That you be to me to cry, Debbie. Eh?
But we must say. Ejina bia airport sunya idea
yes
na obia na enye company bia na be tell runway enti ano crowd anka wo ye source na enti ase wom because enye company bia na wo expertise obetimi aye be no crowd no Sammy Gyamfi say on tia say omoya sa contract no sourcing
was say one tia say because eye ekwan fofora na Akufo Addo
ene
ba omia akabo momudi wia
o man sika
eti na eye kwan foforo ye fa se ne
sa
kwan foforo no na mo creative bia kan se kwan foforo mudi wia Ghana sika no
omde promise
gono se airport na enye obia na betimi aye no wo se emfata se be source na se ye ko tonkonwa kogu de ye peti dan mu na ya tonkonwa ni table agum ne ye capital ase ho no eno de nipa ba ko be ne betimi aye
na Bank of Ghana da na abu ana na Addison team
ada nipa tuma ya dwuma
governor we akasa no want eti wonu wa fro na se mu penti dan ho keke akoto kunya ba ya emergency laptops ya no emergency na da mu penti cyber ayi na ilikuwa ku baby ya dru no
na SOG say why is Kokomleme CNN quiet on 4th Estate if it happened under President Akufo Addo you would have heard brofom and grammar and in your kaka we so ya send a message ko na SOG be so mo
na omonka
wa kuma memo o say a friend Benkutabo of this o say media me Ashanti Media say go for
ni Benkutabo
wa memo MPP4 abaso ya bo MPs na abaso but we no more social media MPP for more social media ya bo mu nyina abaso what is we free ha ni be aso ne ha entronim facts and figures pictures data ne bibia no na omode ato videos mo so na omode ato
in fact they are doing well you see na Sammy Gyamfi describe Bawumia in the video say boy no into you obi a we Bawumia loyalist na Sammy Gyamfi mu ba asem na ujiska say obe kele so say we say nipa no MPP for who so mo charge with political
treason
amo bu kra se
wotie nsɛm a Sammy Gyamfi said o see
the choice of words
Bawumia ho fin da busua nyina ho fin say ne pasa na wo ye Bawumia loyalist na Sammy Gyamfi asɛmba na wo na wo lead the charge kill story na deflected diverted attention na say nipa no say o see uti ase wani wom nyam de bisa
wa build the dome Israeli dome
iron dome
and wa build one ho say e ba se bi na boss change say na kwa kan na kwa say e ba da asem ba bom na obua
on kind of who say
ayin be penny
and anu misas ni be penny iron dome nti e ho ba wo so kwa kuti de e better massive
na na ponsa be dia for say are you guys surprised about the state capture by the Mahamas? When they started their philanthropic things, I saw it coming, and very soon someone will swallow shovel.
Mahama kwaji award bi ewo amanon ewo America
yeah
say ye command honorary doctorate degree na we say President Mahama is a shameless person. We shameless say na Akufo-Addo ye omampanyi Ghana na university se wa Ghana bi mu se mo hunu na Akufo-Addo ne mapa wo ye enti omo na baso no omampanyi ka che Ghana for say na Akufo-Addo echinchi momonsa
my video ni read
na yo wachinchi momonsa na nkale papa mu podi a e ka wo fra ban mu a na keka se ada wo ni yem abaso kwaku enkomo a ya tete wa abonten eni se asada ma no ni university ba wayi no dis wotua ai sam ko lobby na nyanwanwa se ka wei se President Mahama wo US o ene na ko oja award no ya enu eyi bi abase omo se LGBTQ na kwaku this statement is suspicious. What is the position of John Mahama against LGBT? The better President Mahama akasete LGBTQ Ghana. What support? What's on the body kebeya and kaya from school? Yeah, from secondary primary school. Near church or money who in say a Quebec parliament. So that's the position. It cannot be against a woman position. Me suspect something fishy. Eti it that say one more take a decision is some other award the Mahama no from Kwaji Skebo baby and then people will say no book at a boom to one penny. It will use to say dewy and no more good in the matter say I fear female. It can Mahama Kwaji.
Me who say me hey hold on. Check another boy no so another boy Mahama dey also be saboni. Ye we did na do attempt say na do tia ba mu and we chinchim universities in sa agi award no and nkofo na hu anom si dabi and yenso oti abam ya di manua na tese ono na be chinchim yensa and ya di amanto ono na nu asem and abu nufo and ya se mfama na ne nkrofo na ne awuo enti ska mu kotua ni nyina yeske hunu and afedi o matiese abonti no musu LGBT de omboa LGBT de omboa LGBT Mahama ka se and you so mom no na hwibom oni LGBT for na
president bia ni Africa woni and Solomon a closer relationship more than Mahama paso empaso kwa makoda ama Mahama peja na atibiem enti awon ka se no mo ba omboa eni bu ya se na atu omo no mo pa bibi de adware Mahama sra no celebrate you wonu nya kese
David you
na woni wu ade anka friend say be honorary doctorate no
na Akufo-Addo Ghana ha Emma waye adwuma and most of that doctorate no man na Akufo-Addo no na based on free education because me can't UPS dey say siding na adwuma oye nti no mo bona baso o say na MPP na ko chinchim na Akufo-Addo na chinchim and then bona okita cap wo nsam na wona mabruchi shop for
doctor degree
wona mabruchi o na wo shop for
Ghana dey the one pe
enti like macho mayan mo sa video ni we quickly na fe yen to aso
no birthday me ni
and yen nye birthday na say that's what be
that's
ezu no akọ university bia ye ma o doctor abra wo da so ye o mampenyo anka wo de awie na kọ no mka say ye hwe wedwuma wo ya de sei enti ye pese wo ba me bo aba so
nema honorary doctorate. University of Ghana here now with Chimo Musa Mahama no doctor no so me baby order for.
A few moments later.
This honor you have bestowed upon me today is one that I accept on behalf of all the people of Ghana as a symbol of the deep respect and mutual relations and admiration that exists.